Good morning, YouTube. Almost like good morning, Vietnam. That's what it feels like because we are just about on the brink of World War III. Gather around, grab your coffee, and let me tell you what North Korea is up to now. Grab your coffee first. All right, I've got my coffee from the gas station this morning, and it's a Go cup. It's not too bad. It's really not too bad. But what is bad is what North Korea's Kim Jong-un, what is he, 28 years old, is up to. He's not pulling any punches this time. I already brought you last night where now Chinese troops, the Chinese military, which is North Korea's strongest ally, is on the border of North Korea. Now the United States has put a nice big warship right there as well, kind of as a standoff. Then we come to find out that North Korea, the United States is watching, and they're a little bit worried, a little bit on edge that they could, from high above, a high altitude, detonate a nuclear device, and we could have what's called an EMP, which will take down the power grids and the water supplies over Washington and places like Texas. But now, what is Kim Jong-un up to today? Let's find out. He wants to crank up the nuclear facilities, and he admits it's not to run electricity, it's to make a nuclear bomb. He wants to bring them out of mothballs. I'll put the link to this article below in the show more box. I don't know, everyone. I don't know. North Korea ratchets up tension to restart nuclear reactor program and expand their nuclear arsenal. This is coming out today, April 2nd, 2013. North Korea said on Tuesday that it will put all its nuclear facilities, including its operational uranium enrichment program and its reactors, mothballed or under construction, to use in expanding its nuclear weapons arsenal. Talk about poking the United States, big dog with a stick. I mean, all right, its reactors, mothballed or under construction to use in expanding its nuclear weapons arsenal, sharply raising the stakes in the escalating standoff with the United States and its allies. The announcement by the North's General Department of Atomic Energy came 2 days after the country's leader, Kim Jong-un, said his nuclear weapons were not a bargaining chip and called for expanding his country's nuclear arsenal both in quality and quantity during a meeting of the Central Committee of the ruling Workers' Party of Korea. The decision will affect the role of the North's uranium enrichment plant in the North's main nuclear complex in Yongbyon, north of Pyongyang, a spokesman for the nuclear department told the Korean Central News Agency. Hope I pronounced that right. This marked the first time North Korea said it would use the facility to make nuclear weapons. Now, he's 28 years old, I believe. Kim Jong-un. He's pulling no punches. He's coming right out and telling the United States what they are going to do. They will use the facility to make nuclear weapons to use against South Korea, the United States. They've already threatened the United States with nuclear weapons and nuclear attack. Since first unveiling it to a visiting U.S. scholar in 2010, North Korea had insisted that it was running the plant to make reactor fuel to generate electricity. Well, we know better than that now. Though Washington suggested its purpose was to make bombs, saying we will act on this without a delay. The spokesman also said that North Korea will restart its mothballed nuclear reactor in Yongbyon. The 5-megawatt graphite moderated reactor had been the main source of plutonium bomb fuel for North Korea until it was shut down under a short-lived nuclear disarmament deal with Washington in 2007. North Korean engineers were believed to have extracted enough plutonium for 6 to 8 bombs, including the device detonated in 2006 and 2009 An underground nuclear test from the spent fuel unfolded from the reactor. It is unknown whether North Korea's third nuclear test in February used some of its limited stockpile of plutonium or used fuel from its uranium enrichment program, whose scale and history remain a mystery. A restarting of the reactor and weapons producing role for its uranium enrichment plant would add to growing American concern over the North's nuclear weapons program. The development would mean that the North would now have two sources of fuel for atomic bombs, plutonium and highly enriched uranium, and could become more strident in demands. In Beijing, we're going to China now, the spokesman for the foreign ministry, Hong Li, said that China, Pyongyang's main ally, felt regretful about North Korea's announcement. We have noticed the statement made by the DP, I don't have my glasses on, RK, and feel regretful about it. Mr. Hong said Tuesday at the daily briefing to reporters, China urged all parties to remain calm and restrained. And that comes from the New York Times. Although China's asking all parties to be calm and be restrained. They're on the border with their full military and their jets and troops on the border of North Korea, Quebec, North Korea. Now we've got a threat of this high altitude EMP strike taking out the power grids over the United States, Washington, Texas, and other states in the United States. We are on the brink of World War III. Chinese troops on the border of North Korea. Show of force by the United States with a battleship right there. I don't know, everyone. Leave me comments. I will be back throughout the day. I love you all very, very much.